Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty along with commemorating Viksit Bharat at 2047 and also Breastfeeding Week celebrations and commemorations.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
As part of the World Breastfeeding Week celebrations and commemorations, we are organizing International Conference on World Breastfeeding Week, Breastfeeding and Diet and Nutrition, Parenting, Education, Health and Well-being, Environment and Sustainable Development 2025. So we will be covering all these topics, especially on this occasion, on these days, 10 days. So we invite all the stakeholders, like doctors, like gynecologists, pediatricians, and everyone, neonatal interventionists, and everyone, whoever is involved, including the paramedical staff and technicians, like nurses, pharmacists, or lactation consultants, counselors, psychologists, and other staff who are supporting breastfeeding systems. And also, especially the breastfeeding mothers to share their experience, and also the breast milk donors, human milk banks, NGOs, and all others who are part of this breastfeeding support system. As part of this, we are also commemorating and celebrating efforts of various organizations being part of this wonderful cause, especially the initiative taken up by Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing, along with all the collaborators who have joined on this occasion to commemorate and celebrate this World Breastfeeding Week. So as part of this, we'll be having various presentations, scientific, technical, and also sharing of their expertise, observations, experiences through oral or PPT presentations. So we invite you all to come forward and share your experience, and also invite other breastfeeding support system stakeholders who you know to be part of this, and all the contributions will be recognized and honored on the last day, that is on 30th August 2025. On this day, all the contributors of this conference, including the participants and the presenters, collaborators, will be honored, and those who have exceptionally performed in breastfeeding support system, they will also be presented with awards subject to their nominations. So there is no limitations. From across the world, anyone can register and participate or present or nominate for various awards. So this is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to come forward and be part of this 10 days celebrations. And we have another event, a fundraising event that is happening, though not part of this, but so we have launched a campaign for honoring and supporting girl child education. We'll also have the event that is running, so you can also be part of it. So you can check website for those details, and we'll have these two wonderful events on 10th August to be part of it and contribute to the cause. So now we'll move forward. Those who are interested in making presentations or sharing their observations, kindly follow the instructions on the screen. Hope you all can see the screen. So there, the details of your title or presentation or the topic on which you would like to talk, share your experience. Along with that, your full name and your occupation, basically, the designation and department, organization, and from where you are, which city, state, and also the duration, how much duration you would like to make presentation. All these you can share with us so that we can invite you one by one as per the message order. Apart from that, the technical sessions and scientific sessions will go on by various presenters. So I'll be taking the lead on sharing various information. Along with me, some others will join at appropriate time. And we'll also have daily commemorations, part of this series, because all these conferences, workshops, symposiums are part of international webinar series, which is conducted being on a daily basis every day from 6 p.m. onwards. So it generally continues till the last commemoration is done. A list of commemorations and celebrations for the day. So generally from 6 to 8, sometimes it may conclude early or sometimes it may be extended to accommodate all the celebrations and commemorations for that day. So as part of this daily series, this conference is also organized. So we'll also have, as part of the sessions on exclusively on breastfeeding, we'll also have sessions on these regular commemorations and celebrations. So this is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to come together and share our knowledge. So feel free to come and share and also embrace the breastfeeding practices through which we are nurturing, protecting our future generations. So let's move on. So those who are interested in presentations can share your details in chat box. We'll get back to you as on and sessions are going. So today is this week from 1st to 7th August every year is celebrated as World Breastfeeding Week, supported by World Health Organization, UNICEF, and many other organizations and ministries of health and civil society partners, including organizations like ours, Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Heart Sciences and Well-being, and also World Breastfeeding Week stakeholders and partners, which is held in the first week of August every year. So breastfeeding is one of the most effective ways to ensure child health and survival, and yet currently fewer than half of the infants under 6 months old are exclusively breastfed. In 2018, a World Health Assembly resolution endorsed World Breastfeeding Week as an important health promotion strategy with a different theme each year. It also aims to promote the enabling environments that women to breastfeed, including the support in the community and the workplace with adequate protections in government policies and laws, as well as sharing information on breastfeeding benefits and strategies. So this year, World Breastfeeding Week 2025, the theme for World Breastfeeding Week is investing in breastfeeding, invest in the future. So World Breastfeeding Week is celebrated every year in the first week of August, championed by World Health Organization, UNICEF, ministries of health and civil society partners around the globe. It's a time to recognize breastfeeding as a powerful foundation for lifelong health, development, and equity. Under the banner of World Health Organization's ongoing Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Futures campaign, World Breastfeeding Week will shine a particular spotlight on the ongoing Breastfeeding delivers a hopeful future not only for children but for societies. It reduces healthcare costs, boosts cognitive development, strengthens economies, and sets children up with healthy beginnings. So there was some technical issue. So breastfeeding week, as we all know, we were discussing, is celebrated every year across the world from August 1st to August 7th. So this global campaign aims to raise awareness about the breastfeeding and its advantages. Following a surge in the infant mortality rate due to drop in the number of mothers who wanted to breastfeed, the initiative became essential. So while everyone has a right to make their own decisions, breastfeeding is recommended by the World Health Organization until a child turns 2 and more, as long as the mother is willing to breastfeed and she is capable of. The World Breastfeeding Week, let's join hands and promote breastfeeding. So Breastfeeding Week is considered one of the largest joint campaigns undertaken by the international organizations such as World Health Organization and UNICEF, organized by the World Alliance for Breastfeeding Action, in short known as WABA. So it aims to promote the benefits of breastfeeding. World Breastfeeding Week is celebrated since 1992 and includes annual themes such as healthcare systems and women. In 2016, the week aligned its mission with the Sustainable Development Goals and began promoting various strategies to encourage breastfeeding during the week. And all communication platforms inform people on the issue and the interesting history surrounding breastfeeding that many are unaware of. In ancient Greece, the milk of Greek goddess was thought to have special powers such as immortality in the West. For instance, according to Greek mythology, Hera's breast milk made Hercules invincible. It also formed the Milky Way. However, with the time, the popularity of breastfeeding drastically decreased, and the women began turning to animal milk. In 15th century Europe, cows or goat milk were often used, but they were considered lacking as they affected the health of the child. Later, in the 18th century, flour or cereal mixed with broth was introduced as a milk substitute or breast milk substitute. This too proved ineffective, and the search for alternatives for breast milk continued as many women were unable to produce milk naturally and needed another feeding option for their infants. By 19th century, infant formulas entered the market and many women abandoned traditional breastfeeding. In the early 20th century, breastfeeding was even viewed negatively in several countries. That is, until doctors pointed out the efforts of a lack of breast milk on a child. In the 1960s, breastfeeding experienced a revival and is promoted world over even today. Again, so breast-shaped clay bottles are used in Europe to feed animal milk to babies around 3500 BC. To feed babies which resemble breasts. So rich families hired wet nurses to nurse their children, and that was an occupation as such for around 1600s. So women who don't breastfeed are declared ineligible for welfare in France, the French way in 1793. Only 22% of women breastfeed since 1970s. Though this is alarming because the child is not getting the essential resources and the essential nutrients, because of which the child is unable to reach his or highest potential. So this is a serious concern because no mother wants her baby or her child to be deprived of the resources which will help lifelong. So no mother should deprive the child of breast milk. So Black Breast Feeding Week is observed from August 25th to August August 31st, 2022 was observed and promotes the benefits of breastfeeding and highlights the special challenges and triumphs of being Black and breastfeeding. So, in West, there is, especially in US and all, a lot of racism between white and Black. There also, another week is celebrated, which is last week of August. This is first week, and last week of August is also celebrated as Black Breastfeeding Week, emphasizing on Black and breastfeeding. So breastfeeding helps both the mother and child. It also has numerous health advantages. At least 10 to 15 minutes of feeding time after every 3 hours are perfect for a newborn baby. This week is a perfect to promote the benefits of breastfeeding and how it can help the growth of a child. You can share your thoughts through oral or a presentation or a video or a post, online or offline. How was breastfeeding for you? Share your breastfeeding experience. That's what we were inviting everyone. No matter whether you are a female or male, doesn't matter, but every family has a child and they have their own experiences of breastfeeding, as females breastfeeding themselves or males who are supporting the breastfeeding. So you can share your thoughts. And how was breastfeeding for you? You can share your breastfeeding experience. What did you learn? Because every mother has a different experience, along with some similar and unfamiliar or unique experiences. So you can share your experiences to others so that they can also learn about your difficulties, challenges, and also your happiness, your enjoyment, and how you were able to manage and you embrace the relationship and the bond between you and your child, and also allay any fears they may have of the process. So it is very much important not to promote breastfeeding ourselves, but also to share those experiences so that others can learn and continue and take up more of breastfeeding and promote breastfeeding. So it is equally important to practice ourselves and also promote others. That will happen only when we start talking about it, breaking the taboo, and start speaking about it, start discussing about it, start sharing about it. So let's learn together more about breastfeeding by joining online sessions like this or joining a support group to help you through any issues you experience and research the benefits of breast milk. Anyway, we'll be covering in this 10 days sessions. So breast milk makes babies sleep. So it affects a child's sleep patterns, and there are hormones in the breast milk. Breast milk contains prolactin and oxytocin. So it reduces the risk of illness. It's the thought that women who breastfeed are less likely to get breast cancer. The risk of infant death syndrome is reduced due to breastfeeding. And there are a lot of risks that are lower. And breast milk consumes 25% of the body energy. So that's why the mother also should be very healthy, eating fresh and healthy foods instead of junk and other foods which are not healthy, and also avoid all types of addictions to talk like tobacco, alcohol, drugs, or anything which is not good for health. Even if you don't breastfeed or breastfeed, doesn't matter. It's harmful for everyone, no matter gender, age, or your status. So all this should be kept away because it is your interest of your own child. Every family wants their child to be the best in everything. And you don't want yourself to compromise on things that will jeopardize your child's development. right? Would you like your child to be handicapped or challenged because of various issues? No, right? Everyone wants to give their best to their child. So the best starts with the breast milk, because the 2 years and more of breast milk will be there for lifelong. The immunity and the strength, the essential nutrients the baby gets, and it's more sustainable. There is no investment required, there is no expenditure. Just imagine if you are to buy formula milk or animal milk or plant based milk, how much it will be costing. And what about the production and preparation, packing, and treatment, and transportation, supply, and again preparation, and then feeding your baby. So how much process is involved? And there is a lot of scope for contamination, and it is not as healthy as with essential nutrients as with the breast milk. But with the breast milk, you serve the breast milk fresh, without any contamination, without any worry, directly to the baby. There is no need to prepare anything. Just clean your breast and serve it to your baby so that baby can suck your breast milk and feed on. As simple as that. And you don't need to buy, you need not go to, go anywhere and prepare anything. That's as simple. And you'll also establish a bond with your child in the process of breastfeeding. So these things are very much important to understand and practice, because it saves you a lot of money, lot of resources, lot of time, and moreover, the priority is child's health. Child health is more important than our health, as far as a mother or a father or a family is concerned, right? We always prioritize our children's health more than us. So we cannot compromise on their health. So we should, at any cost, promote breastfeeding. So you might be wondering, as many of parents are working and some are single mothers, single parents, like mothers who are taking care of their children. There are other methods also we'll be discussing in coming days. How you can express your milk, that is, pump your milk out of breasts and store them safely and feed your babies in your absence. Even at your workplace also, you can make certain arrangements where you can express your milk and feed your babies in your absence as well as in your presence. And breast milk can be saved, expressed and kept for 24 hours without being spoiled. And you can preserve it for more also by storing it minus degree centigrade. You can, by freezing it, you can store it for longer. Breast milk has the essential nutrients which is required by the baby at essential temperatures. That is also very much important. So that avoids the the heating or melting or cooling, and appropriate temperatures maintaining of animal milk or plant milk or any other milk substitute. So always the breast milk is of right temperature to the child. So even there is no need of energy. So all you need to do is keep yourself healthy, fit, and consume more healthy food so that you can produce more milk, which is essential and adequate for your child. Till 6 months, the baby should be only fed on breast milk. From 6 months, you can introduce semi-solid, solid or semi-liquid foods to child slowly, gradually, along with the breast milk. Until 2 years, you should not stop breastfeeding your child. If you are not breastfeeding your child, then you are compromising on your child's health and potential. So it's up to you how you are going to feed your baby, whether you are directly feeding your baby from your breast by expressing milk, or you are expressing milk and storing it and feeding your baby. As per your convenience, you do. There are various alternatives where we can discuss on it in coming days, in coming sessions. But you have to do it. So we all need to practice breastfeeding, and we need to support breastfeeding practices. So in the same way, we also need to address the stigma, myths, taboo around breastfeeding. It's quite natural act. There is no need to think in any other way. Like every offspring takes milk from their mother, right? What's unnatural? What's unfamiliar? Or what is there to think in any other way? Now we have breastfeeding friendly clothing also available today. No, most of the times inappropriately exposing, the breasts in the public places sometimes create an inconvenience for the mother as well as the child, and also to the surroundings, because nowadays the environment, the people have also changed. They are not as good as earlier in Satya Yuga, or now this is Kali Yuga. Everyone has different kind of personalities, attitudes, mindsets, and people are having different perspectives in understanding. So why this is also one of the major reasons why breastfeeding is decreasing, because they are not feeling comfortable as they were in earlier days. So earlier days, it was quite natural. We see even in rural places, even today, if we visit rural areas, can see they are doing it publicly, and no one, stares at them, or no one, comments or inappropriate, because that is quite natural. But here, after learning, that's why I keep referring to educated illiterates. That is what, when the education lacks value education, ethics, morals, the common sense, basically. When we lack that kind of common sense, or lack of value education, lack of ethics or morals in our education, this is what happens. You are educated, but you are still educated illiterate. This is a problem with the modern education. You are just mugging up and you are vomiting in the exam. You don't grasp anything from that. And you don't really apply to the practical world or real world. That is where there is a huge gap in transforming data into information, into knowledge, and then to the wisdom. So now why all these things are happening? Because breastfeeding is not as comfortable as earlier. So now appropriate clothing has come where you can, without exposing your breast, you can feed your baby happily anywhere, and appropriate breastfeeding designated places are also being provided where a mother can securely, safely feed her baby. So it is everyone's responsibility. It is not responsibility of anyone. It is responsibility of everyone. to ensure that there is adequate infrastructure and promotion and encouragement of breastfeeding at every place, wherever they are, doesn't matter. Even while they are at home, at workplace, or while traveling, because feeling hungry is natural, right? We also do feel hungry, right? We are not eating outside when we go there, or we carry something, or and it is our right to choose what is good for our health, right? Then it is also the baby's right to be fed with breast milk, because that is the best source of nutrition. So how you can deny a baby of his or her best food, even wherever they are? So it is very much important for everyone to promote breastfeeding and also provide a proper environment where everyone can come together and support breastfeeding and make mother and child ease practicing breastfeeding. It is our responsibility to ensure that this practice is followed so that the child's health and nutrition is adequately addressed. We'll also look at various sustainable development goals, how it is contributing in coming days, in coming sessions. Today we'll focus on overall aspects of breastfeeding, and from tomorrow onwards we'll take one topic each day and we'll be discussing in detail. So don't miss, invite your friends also, join, gain knowledge. We'll be discussing about various issues across the disciplines, and you can gain good knowledge. And along with knowledge, you can also share your experiences. That is the greatest thing, that we need to learn from each other. We need to share our knowledge and experience so that we can enrich ourselves together. So this week aims to recognize why breastfeeding is essential for newborns as well as their mothers. It also reveals the advantages of the process. During World Breastfeeding Week, several facts regarding breastfeeding come to the forefront, including what a nursing mother should eat, when she should feed the child, etc. and everything. We'll cover everything A to Z. We'll try to cover A to Z of breastfeeding, from preparation till various issues related to physiology, anatomy, and also various other aspects of breast health. Also we'll cover what are various issues, challenges regarding health of breasts, and all these issues also will be covered. So be part of this, and if you are also part of this breastfeeding support network, you can share your experience. And we will also look at various organizations, like we have WABA and we have IPFAN, and we have various organizations in India. We have VPNI and various organizations and their efforts in promoting breastfeeding network. And also we have a very important act which prevents the promotion of breast milk substitutes in a wrong way. So they are discouraging breastfeeding, which is not at all healthy to our babies. So we also need to be very cautious and report, not just being cautious. If in any way they are promoting substitutes as breast milk or a substitute for an breast milk, we should report the same to the concerned authorities so that breastfeeding continues to be promoted and practiced. So we'll also look at various initiatives that can be taken up as part of promoting the breastfeeding, and also various issues related to breastfeeding and challenges, and also we look at opportunities, how we have opportunities, entrepreneurship, employment opportunities, and also provide service and volunteering opportunities in this sector, like we can establish human milk banks, and those who are nursing, those who are capable of producing, breastfeeding, they can donate their breast milk so that those who are in needy, they can be fed with that human milk. So those who have additional milk than required, sometimes some mothers are gifted with additional milk than the child requires. So you can express that milk and you can share it with those who are deprived of the milk due to various reasons. Like some mothers may have deficit of producing sufficient milk, and some mothers may have certain medical conditions that may prevent breastfeeding. That is rare, but occasionally it happens, very rarely. And sometimes because of mother's health condition, she may not be able to produce breast milk at all, or not adequate breast milk. So, or there might be children who lost their mothers, or who are orphans, who are left, abandoned. And there are various situations, circumstances where you can donate your breast milk to the human milk banks or to the needy, where the children can be fed with breast milk, so that everyone, every nursing mother can contribute, volunteer for this, and even it can be for a price, or you can voluntarily without any price, because that is priceless. It's as good as, amrut. So it is amrut for the child. It is a divine nectar for the child. It is the immortality of the child. So even though we cannot exploit, but there is an opportunity, where we can also volunteer, or we can also process the human milk and we can supply, or we can distribute to the needy. So there is scope for service, charity, donation, as well as there is a scope for entrepreneurship, employment in this sector, which is contributing to the sustainable development. So these are various perspectives. Everyone can contribute. Now, how one can contribute, we'll look into various aspects in these coming days. Everyone, as a family member, as a community member, we have a role to play. Now, are we playing our role? If yes, to what extent? If no, why? What are our challenges? Let's come forward, share. Let's make it more interactive for everyone, so we can learn from each other. You come forward, you register yourself. If you have already registered as a participant, no need to worry, you can register again as a presenter. Come forward, share your presentation, your observations, so that we can all learn together. And apart from that, we'll also look at various nuances and also different aspects of health, nutrition. And there are also a lot of myths, like a general myth that breast size and breast milk, the quantity of the breast milk and the size of the breast is not related. Many people have this misconception that if the breast size is small, so the milk produced will be small. To the most extent, it's not true, So why? We'll also look at that aspect. No, if it is too small, then there will be a challenge. But generally, adequate milk is produced. So we'll also look at various myths like these and misconceptions also. We'll be dealing with those aspects. So all these, you can also come up with questions. At least if you don't want to discuss openly, you can share us in chat box if you have any queries, questions. We'll come back to you when there is appropriate session, or we will also include, if that is not part of actual schedule, we'll also try to include those aspects or topics as part of these sessions. And the best part is this is free. There are no charges. There is no fees. You can always join, come share on this international platform. As you all know, this platform provides unlimited opportunities to everyone, whether you are a novice or whether you are an emeritus professor or a person with decades of experience, senior practitioner. So there is place for everyone. Every day we have sessions going on, and volunteer yourself to come forward and volunteer yourself to contribute, to learn by sharing, caring, and also by gaining, by listening to others. It is open for everyone. So no matter what expertise you have, what experience you have, which discipline you belong to, or which place you belong to, doesn't matter. As long as you are able to log into Zoom or able to watch on YouTube, you are always connected. So utilize this opportunity. Many are utilizing, and you will not get this kind of opportunity. And we are discussing almost everything across the world, under the umbrella of sustainable development. No topic is left out, in fact, which is out of the scope of this international webinar series. We are discussing each and every topic. Even new topics also, we can take it up and discuss. So don't feel that, okay, this is a topic that needs to be talked behind the closed doors or within the four walls. No. Every topic can be discussed in an appropriate way. So we'll see how, things are coming up. So we will take a break here for, regarding breastfeeding sessions. Now we'll move on to today's commemorations. Then tomorrow we'll keep back, we'll restrict ourselves to daily 2 hours or so based on, the number of speakers presenting, so that we'll also continue our daily commemorations. And along with, if there is a presenter who is unable to present on any other day, so we will take up those also on the same day. So kindly bear with us, and we will have very good sessions coming up. And we invite everyone who are attending in Zoom or YouTube also come forward to be part of this. Don't worry about certificate. Certificate comes at the end, at the last. If you complete all the formalities, that will automatically come. No need to worry. And don't expect, don't have expectations like other seminars or conferences. No, they do it for different reason, because they have to do it. They do it for namesake, they do it because they have to do it. It is part of their curriculum, part of their activities for getting promotions or to get NAC rating, or they have a different, in fact, I am also an academician, I am also a researcher. I also have to do certain things because of, meeting certain eligibility criteria or gaining some points. So that's a different. So don't compare this platform with any other. And, this is a very different platform as such, because entire platform runs by volunteers. No one takes anything from here in a monetary aspect. Everyone contributes. So don't expect that everything will happen on the spot. We need to be very disciplined. We need to register ourselves, because we cannot, every day program is happening, and every day we have different set of certificates. We have registration, we have feedback, and we all are working people. We all are as busy as you are. So we need to, only when we are disciplined, when we are completing our formalities in time, then we can expect everything to go as per the system. Otherwise, if there is something, then it's really hard. You can imagine. Even for participation, if it is becoming so difficult, you can imagine. Along with participation, organizing so many things, how much difficult it is, because we all are on the same boat. And as organizers, from the organized sides, we have more work, pre-event, post-event, and so many things are there. And also we need to prepare for the sessions and make all the arrangements. Along with, we cannot skip, because saying that we have an event today, we can't say, and we cannot postpone other things. We cannot take excuses, right? So in a similar way, so coming to certificates also, if everyone completes as per the procedure, you need to register once for the entire event, irrespective of number of days, through Google form, if there is one. Otherwise, every day you can mark yourself by joining and filling the registration form, and also submitting the feedback form. So that marks your attendance. Because that is also why that is mandatory, is because you are joining with different names. It is not exactly the name as you have registered or as you require. So now we can see many with device name, some other name. So it is also generally the platform itself as a system where it automatically maps. Why many people face difficulties? Because they are not joining exactly as they have registered. So system automatically generates the certificates. So many times it happens as you are not joining with the same name, the system will not generate certificates, but it is not able to map the registration data and feedback data with your attendance. So that has to be done manually. Once the system generates report, we need to manually check. Again, that takes a lot of time. So that's why things get delayed, or things get, beyond certain limits. That's why if we are disciplined, if we are following their instructions, it is only one time. All the details are there on the website. If you are new to this platform, you can just go through this. One time, if you are aware, then that is done. So you can attend daily events. And whether you get a certificate or not, don't worry about it, because you are part of this wonderful program, once in a lifetime opportunity. And this is one of the largest program that is happening. And that is the greatest thing. And when we are preparing a report, whether you are eligible for the certificate or not, you will be included as a participant if you are attending, whether you register or not. That is a secondary thing again, because every module as such, we have a modular approach. So when all modules are completed, then you are going to get the certificate. If only one or two modules are completed, so as a course we pursue, if one or other module is not completed, we will not be eligible for certificate. Even here also, like everything is seen as a separate module, like registration, like presentation, participation, feedback, and completing formalities. All we have a very modular approach. So even if you are there completing one module or other module, even if you are getting certificate or not, that doesn't matter. Even if you are attending without registration also. Don't worry about too much. If you are very particular, then follow everything strictly, then automatically you will get. It will be also easy for us to support you as per the platform, benefits. So if you are not very particular about all these things, you can just, as feasible, you can join and keep doing. But it is all up to us only. See, no one is going to force to do anything. No one is, forcing or compelling to do registration or compelling to do. Everything is voluntary. We are coming, we are presenting, we are registering, we are participating. And if we are completing everything, we are also getting certificate. So we are only responsible for everything that happens on this platform or through this platform. So we are the ones to be blamed. If we don't get anything, then we are the ones to be blamed. We need not blame anyone. For that matter, the organizers or the coordinators or moderators, because it is up to us. So don't think too much about them. Utilize this opportunity. Why I am taking some time on doing this is because we have 9 days in our hands where you can come up with various presentations, observations, sharing of experience. So don't worry about the rest of the things. You just follow the instructions. If you don't want, complete formalities, just come and enjoy the sharing, enjoy the learning. In all the way you can benefit, but it should be in a systematic way. So we can all together come and enjoy these sessions. So here we'll take a break from breastfeeding and we'll move on to daily commemorations. We'll be taking up some time as it is part of series. Today we are also commemorating International Clown Week, which is celebrated every August 1st to 7th to recognize the efforts clowns across the world put in just to make people laugh. Clowning around the world is not a piece of cake, and you have to be pretty talented to be able to make a crowd of people laugh, isn't it? Believe it or not, clowns have come a long way, and once upon a time, even held a special place as jesters in the courts of powerful kings and rulers. The performance of clowns include music, storytelling, acrobatics, juggling, telling jokes, and performing magic tricks, and many more. And yes, there are just some of the activities you get to enjoy this. Clowns are performers who use different forms of humor to entertain the audience. While being a clown seems easy, the fact it takes an innovative kind of genius to be able to tickle someone's funny bone. A clown has to be witty, creative, and full of energy, regardless of his or her personal circumstances. Since being a clown requires extra effort, International Clown Week is celebrated every year to honor the profession that lighten up lives from August 1st to 7th, which coincides with the World Breastfeeding Week. And this week is also commemorated as National Minority Donor Awareness Week in US from August 1st to 7th, which is observed every year to encourage multicultural donors. It also highlights the contribution of multicultural donors and their families and diverse communities in critical need of organ donations, and even for that matter, breast milk also. So it was revealed in 2014 that 42% of those needing transplants in the US belong to minorities, and at least 63,000 are waiting for kidney transplants. These worrisome statistics call for instant action necessary to support minority donor awareness. It is essential to save millions of lives across the nation. And this year, do what you can to spread the message and encourage minority donors to step forward. Today is also commemorated Benin Independence Day on August 1st in Benin. marks the Benin regained complete freedom from France after many years of spirited efforts to secure the right to self-determination and self-rule. It's a day of great pride for the Beninese who mark this day with elaborate festivals, military parades, and reenactments of ancient ceremonies. The streets come alive with colorful displays of nationalism and cultural pride. Singers and dancers, and other various artists perform before huge crowds in traditional regalia. Many Beninese give gifts to their neighbors and invite them to sumptuous feasts, as in the custom in the West African nation. Today is also commemorated as Colorado Day in US, which commemorates the admittance of Colorado as a state of Union on August 1st, 1876, thanks to the act of Congress signed by the President Ulysses S. Grant before the Spanish started settling in Colorado as far back as 1598. Native American tribes has inhabited the area for about 1400 years. In March 1907, the state legislature officially passed a law designating August 1st as Colorado Day. This day started holding on August 1907 since then. Today is also commemorated as Emancipation Day in Guyana, which is annually observed on August 1st, marks the abolition of slavery in Guyana and commemorates the end of years of dehumanization and the resurgence of the African spirit. This day is significant not just as a calendar event, but as a new lease of life for the Guyanese nation as we know it. I'm being very brief because we have other major exclusive priority. Even to save time, I'm being very quick about the commemoration. But generally, we talk about how these all events are in one way, other way connected to the sustainable development, where peace, harmony, coexistence, and democracy, all these are part of it. Everything. That's why we said we are discussing each and everything under the umbrella. There is nothing that cannot be discussed here, but through a proper plan and through proper channel. So today is also commemorated as Guadalcanal Province Day in Solomon Islands, also known as the Second Appointed Day, which is observed on August 1st every year in Solomon Islands. This day marks the establishment of the local provincial government for Guadalcanal Province, which is an island located in Solomon Islands chain and is known for its significance during World War II. And it is a 2,510 square mile island and is primarily a jungle. This province is well known for snorkeling, especially at Bonegi Beach. Today is also commemorated as International Can It Forward Day on August 1st. Every year celebrates canning as a method for preserving local produce and making it more accessible to the people. Whether you got a bushel of turnips or a mountain of mushrooms, International Can It Forward Day is when you want to start your canning journey. Canning was developed as part of concerned effort made in the West by the French government, which offered a significant cash award to anyone who could invent a way to preserve food in large amounts. The discovery that the food cooked inside a jar wouldn't spoil was the beginning of canning, and food began to be processed and preserved in glass jars. Over time, the glass jars evolved into tin cans, and so today is also commemorated as Homemade Pie Day. To celebrate pie as a dish that existed since the era of ancient Egyptians. Pies are featured in one form or another in several cultures around the world, from ancient Greeks and to the Romans, to the British, and eventually the Americans in the West. Today, pie has become a symbol of American life. It can be eaten as a meal, dessert, or a snack. So today is also commemorated as International Child Free Day on August 1st, which is a day to understand and support couples who have decided not to have children. So it was started in 1973 by the National Alliance for Optional Parenting. This organization was founded in 1972 in California to propagate and normalize the notion that people can choose not to have children. Celebration of the day was revived in 2013 by Laura Correll, since couples all over the world still face criticism, rejection, and occasionally rage from other people when they decide to remain child-free. The idea of children continuing family values is as old as mankind. It is one of the traits that helped us become the superior species on the planet. We share our DNA, blood, flesh, knowledge, experience, emotions, and much more with our children. Our society has increased in size and strength through this bond, and family values have become an important aspect of every person's life. Every religion and culture in the world stresses the importance of matrimony and having children. Some people even look down on those who do not have children. As the years progress, family and social structures have changed. The human population is now higher than it was ever been. The cost of living is only increasing, but living standards, access to medical care, and independence have decreased along with this. During the medieval ages up until recently, having more children was considered safer for the legacy of a family. But nowadays, most developed families have a maximum of 3 kids. Some countries even have a single child policy to control the population, the problem of overpopulation. People have started to identify the importance of raising a responsible child. So people are very conscious. You can have a number of childs, but whether you are able to raise them as a responsible child, that is the major concern. So the idea that one does not need children has also spread, with people choosing a carefree and independent life over the strings of lifelong responsibilities. Today is also commemorated as Lamas Day, which is celebrated on August 1st, which is a wheat harvest festival that is also known as Loaf Mass Day. This day encourages celebrities and mass gatherings where individuals thank God for the first harvest of the season. According to this tradition, a loaf of bread has to be taken to a mass on Lamas Day. Hence, it is not a surprise that it is famously recognized as Loaf Mass Day. Though Lamas Day originated as an agricultural event, it also celebrated by others who offer thanks to spiritual entities for blessing in the world with a fruitful wheat harvest for a particular year. Like though it is a Christian holiday, like many, we can see many holidays from, Hinduism or the oldest religion. Similar practices we can find in every religion. Today is also commemorated as Lugnasar on August 1st every year, a Gaelic festival observed by the Irish, Scottish, Manx, Celtic, Neo-pagans, and the Wiccans to mark the start of the harvest season. Lug, a mystical Irish god, is said to have created Lugnasad to honor his foster mother, Tailtiu. Like the ancient Olympic Games, this festival featured sporting contests, music, storytelling, law proclamations, horse riding, trading, and trial marriages. In modern times, Lugnasad is a celebration of harvest season and has been Christianized in some places as pilgrimage to the top of Croagh Patrick takes place on Reek Sunday. Nasad means assembly and Lug means Irish god. So in Irish mythology, Lug created Lugnasad as a funeral feast and athletic competition in honor of his mother, Tailtew, who died of exhaustion after clearing the plains of Ireland in preparation for army. Today is also commemorated as World Lung Cancer Day, which is observed on August 1st each year. It is also observed around the world. The mission for this day is simple: raise as much awareness of lung cancer as you can while encouraging people to screen themselves for this disease. As for why this day is so important, according to the World Health Organization, this cancer is so prevalent in the world that yearly more people die from lung cancer than from the colon, breast, and liver cancers combined. First described by the doctors in the early 19th century, lung cancer was an extremely rare disease for a very long time. Some 150 years ago, people had only heard of this disease, and studies showed less than 1 to 2% of the population was afflicted with it. Cut it to the next century, and the scenario changed completely. While still rare in the early part of 20th century, by the end it became the leading cause of male cancer-related deaths in more than 25 countries. No one knew how this happened and what caused this dramatic rise. Definitely, our lifestyle, smoking, pollution, and all these have impacted. A scientifically significant handbook written in 1930s, the Springer Handbook of Special Pathology, postulated that this rise could be a direct result of increasingly polluted air, greater frequency of traffic, and even an increased exposure to gases during the World War I and II. But this handbook, like many others, could not explain why lung cancer also rose in countries without any of these above factors. Smoking was also suspected to be a factor, but no particular importance was given to studying this theory because it has commercial interest, because they were, this industry always promotes So alcohol, smoking, which is not at all good for health, they make huge money out of it. And that is also addiction that contributes. You can easily manipulate people under intoxication. So a lot of these things are there. So we have to think of ourselves. It is more important what we are eating than others what society or so-called elite society thinks of. See, drinking, smoking is just waste of money and resources. You don't get even a single benefit of it, but you will have a lot of side effects and implications. And being in it, intoxicated, you lose your control and you can be easily manipulated. You become vulnerable, and even others get affected because of it, directly and indirectly. See, a lot of things are there, but still, these are modern social evils. No, you need to get rid of it. So, as smoking now a recognized cause of lung cancer, many people globally did their best to quit this habit. So there are two types of smoking: passive and active. Active is those who are smoking, and passive is the people who are around these smokers. See, that's why even if you are smoking, you are not only killing yourself, but you are killing others. And the chance of killing others is more because you are used to it. Sometimes your body gets used to, but others who are not comfortable, who are not used to them, and they are more affected than you. Unfortunately, for the world, lung cancer does not have only one cause. Long-term exposure via air to all carcinogenic materials, among the random gas, uranium, asbestos play a role in lung cancer development too. By the 21st century, lung cancer-related ailments were common and quickly displaced other forms of cancer. On the mortality charts, with this upward trend came to an increased awareness of lung cancers and their causes. Days and events like these are the major factor contributing to the lung cancer research and awareness activities. Today is also commemorated as World Astronomers Day, which is celebrated on August 1st every year. This day celebrates many achievements of women in science and that have long gone unrecognized. These contributions that female astronauts have made are even more impressive considering they practice astronomy as a hobby, having been denied a chance at formal education. And the most well-known is Maria Mitchell, who made a name for herself not only by her accomplishments in astronomy, but by her dedication to furthering women's education. This day celebrates her achievements and sheds light on the importance of recognizing women's contribution to science. Today is also commemorated as World Scout Scarf Day, which is celebrated on August 1st, honors scouts across the world by encouraging them to step out of the house with their scout scarf on. But why wear a scarf? Because a scout scarf brings the spirit of scouting into the limelight and also sheds light on the basic everyday life hacks that scouts are taught. For instance, the scarf around the neck is used to protect the body from sunburn and can also be used as a band-aid in situations where a first aid kit is unavailable. Hence, over time, the scout scarf has become a symbol of strength and courage. If you have been holding on to your scout's neckerchief, now it's time to sport it. Today is also commemorated as World Wide Web Day on August 1st every year, because without web, the earth would be a super lonely place. Well, before the World Wide Web, that is WWW, was created, people had to spend a lot of money to contact someone far away. Today, voice calls, chats, and video calls are available at the click of a button. This is just one of the advantages of the World Wide Web brought to the world. It also made it easy to search information, access songs, media, find news online, and do thousands of other things like research work that has empowered the world today. The World Wide Web is a revolutionary technology that led to the creation of thousands of other inventions that rule the world today. Today is also commemorated as Yorkshire Day. In Yorkshire, belongs to the United Kingdom and was formerly known as the country of York. The name came from it being the shire of the city of York, commonly referred to as Yorkshire. It is the largest country in the UK and has always been recognized as a cultural region and a geographical territory. The emblem of Yorkshire is the white rose of English Royal House of York, and the most common flag used to represent Yorkshire is the white rose on the blue field, which was finally recognized by the Flag Institute after almost 50 years of use on July 29, 2008. This annual Yorkshire Day is a celebration of general culture of Yorkshire, including its history and its dialect. Today is also commemorated as Switzerland National Day on August 1st, the country's national holiday. Although the Swiss Confederacy was founded on this date in 1891 and has been celebrated annually since 1899, it has been an official holiday since 1990. Switzerland is a mountainous Central European country boasting several surreal lakes, villages, and the majestic Alp peaks. Its cities have medieval quarters and landmarks such as the Zectogli clock tower in the Bern and the wooden chapel bridge in Lucerne. Furthermore, the country is renowned for its excellent ski resorts and adventurous hiking trails. Banking is an important industry, and Swiss watches and chocolate are well known around the globe. Today is also commemorated as Startup Day across America in US, which is a Congressional Startup Day annual event that is celebrated on August 1st. It takes place on various cities across America on different dates. Generally, the date varies every year. This year it takes place on August 1st, as this day honors the spirit of entrepreneurship and intends to motivate individuals across the US to start ventures of their own. It also aims towards providing entrepreneurship with necessary resources. So like we are talking about milk banks and human milk processing, storage, transportation. These are kind of innovation techniques and entrepreneurial business where there is self-employment as well as employment opportunities. It is also a great networking event for founders, investors, incubators, and other important players in the startup ecosystem where we find together. And today is also commemorated as Respect for Parents on August 1st. The day is treated as the perfect starting point to teach your children about respecting their parents and other parental figures in their lives. It's also a great day to express your gratitude and love for your parents by celebrating this day with them. Respect for Parents Day was started as a way to appreciate all parents who have selflessly dedicated their lives to their children, have worked tirelessly to give them a happy and safe childhood. The day celebrates the eternal love between children and their parents. Today is also commemorated as Play Ball Day, which is celebrated annually on August 1st, which was created by Major League Baseball, MLB, and USA Baseball to encourage the participation of young children in the fields of softball and baseball. This initiative shows fun and interesting ways baseball can be played and enjoyed by encouraging formal and casual participation. Children will be able to engage in skill developing activities that are exciting, The program also allows children to find their passions and have a foot into possibility of future careers and sports. There is also commemorated as National Water Balloon Day on the first Friday of every August. It is dedicated to celebrating the jiggly water-filled balloons that can make a dull, hot summer's day memorable and enjoyable. Coming in the peak of summertime in the West, especially in the US, it is day to immune yourself in the damp fun and sensational thrills of a splashy melee with your loved ones. Today is also commemorated as National Promise to Care Day. Annually on August 1st, reminds urgent care centers about their promises to communities. It also honors the work of urgent care center workers and their dedication to their patients and their communities. Urgent care workers promise to be compassionate, empathetic, appreciate, respectful, and ethical to ensure that they are serving their communities to the best of their ability. Yet most of the time, we are unable to understand the actual responsibilities of UCC workers. However, the Nation Promise to Care Day offers an opportunity for people to honor the work and efforts taken by urgent care workers to ensure health and safety of people in their care. This day also facilitates the spread of information about UCCs. An urgent care center is a walk-in clinic that serves people with urgent medical issues that are not life-threatening. These clinics were instituted by physicians specializing in emergency medicine who saw that emergency rooms were overwhelmed and inundated with people with all kinds of requirements. Setting up an urgent care center would divert traffic and people from emergency rooms, ensuring that everyone receives the care they need at the right time. So today is also commemorated as National Minority Donor Awareness Day, a way of bringing to light the need for minority donors. The day is part of National Minority Donor Awareness Week. This particular day highlights the need, especially among the minorities, for more organ, eye, and tissue donors. Yet another focus on the day includes acknowledging minorities who have donated, along with educating people about the need to donate organs. The day also encourages them to register themselves as donors. National Minority Donor Awareness Day also tries to inculcate good health habits in people so that there may be a diseased or decreased need for an orphan transplant. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. And before closing, so we have various topics, and if any, we are opening this platform for any sharing of observations, experiences, or if you'd like to make any presentations, you can take it up quickly. So let's go to chat box and see if there is any request from anyone. Okay, we have, yeah, just a second. We have with us Dr. Payal Biswasu. Who is lactation consultant. She is actively promoting breastfeeding. So we welcome you, ma'am, on this wonderful occasion. It's an opportunity for everyone to promote breastfeeding network, and she is very active in Rotary and various other platforms, and she's day in and day out in her busy schedule. She has joined this platform to share her expertise and knowledge. We welcome you and appreciate you for being part of these celebrations. Over to you, ma'am, for your session. We can't hear you, ma'am. Maybe others can confirm. You can use chat box if you are unable to unmute yourself. Whether others can hear. You're not audible, ma'am. Maybe you can unplug and plug in once again. Check. Others can confirm from their side. No, others also can't hear. So we'll wait for ma'am to connect back. You're still not audible, ma'am. We can see you, but we cannot hear you. Others can use chat box if they can hear. It's still not audible. Not audible. I think there is some issue at your end, man. Maybe can you try joining from any other device? Maybe from mobile, just to check.
Am I audible now, sir? Am I audible, sir, now? Can you hear me?
You are audible now, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just give me a moment. Fine. So today is the World Breastfeeding Week, and I want to share another, very interesting topic: breastfeeding awareness and human milk banking, and why it matters to social workers. So, in alignment with World Breastfeeding Week 2025, prioritize breastfeeding, create sustainable support system. So when we talk about, why breastfeeding matters, that is the most important thing. Milk matters, empowering communities. It's a strong, clear, and message. So highlighting the critical role of social workers in building breastfeeding friendly environment and supporting human milk banking in every corner of the society. So breastfeeding is far more than personal choice. It's a public health imperative, a child health issue, and an act of environmental sustainability. As the world turns its attention to World Breastfeeding Week 2025, with a theme centered on climate action and interconnected support system, one truth becomes clear. Breastfeeding support must be collective, coordinated, and community driven. Among the many professionals working to strengthen the warm chain of support for breastfeeding, as a social worker, we stand at a powerful crossroads. Whether in urban hospital, rural health camp, or community outreach program, we interact with mothers, families, systems at every level. The role is critical in educating, advocating, and enabling breastfeeding friendly environments, especially for the marginalized population where barriers are steepest. So, what are the things we can do? So, in alignment with World Breastfeeding Week, we call to build a warm chain of support for breastfeeding. And why social workers? We operate at the intersection of community well being, child welfare, public health, and policy. So, breastfeeding support is not merely a health issue, but a profound social justice and environmental responsibility. So, when we see that breastfeeding as a biological norm and the foundation of lifelong health, but it is also deeply affected by social, cultural, economic system. And we are uniquely positioned to recognize and address the barrier that prevents mother from initiating and continuing breastfeeding, be it lack of support, misinformation, poverty, stigma, or gender based inequalities. From hospital discharge to community follow up, we are often the first line of contact with the vulnerable population. So, by educating families, advocating for maternity protection in informal sectors, and connecting them with the local support system, we can ensure that mothers are empowered, informed, and supported to breastfeed, even in the face of adversity. And it is also relevant in the climate and environmental context. So, World Breastfeeding Week 2025 emphasize how breastfeeding is nature's zero waste, low carbon, and sustainable food system. And when we are working on environmental justice and food security, we can play a critical role in spreading awareness that breastfeeding is not just a personal act, but a climate smart choice that supports planetary health. On the other side, formula production, packaging, and distribution contribute to carbon emissions, deforestation, and water consumption. And in contrast, breastfeeding protects both human and ecological health. So let us see human milk bank. It's a life-saving, equitable resource in both central and rural healthcare settings. Human milk banks are becoming vital components in neonatal care for preterm, sick, or orphan infants. Donor human milk can be life-saving. We play a very important role promoting donor awareness among lactating mothers, ensuring ethical sourcing and equitable distribution of donor milk, facilitating community trust in milk bank, especially in rural areas where cultural perception can hinder acceptance, and advocating for infrastructure and policy that support milk bank as public health priority, not a luxury. So, in underserved rural areas, the presence of milk bank can bridge the gap where maternal mortality or critical illness prevents direct breastfeeding. So, here we can ensure culturally sensitive communication, engaging local health workers, and help in integrating milk bank into existing maternal child health program. The call to action. So we all, can come together. Breastfeeding advocacy is aligned with the core value of human dignity, equity, and community empowerment, whether in a metropolitan hospital or a tribal hamlet. We are essential actors in the warm chain, connecting the dots between health services, family needs, social system, and now climate resilience. So breastfeeding is everyone's business, and in it's both duty and opportunity to create a lasting impact. Thank you and wish you a very happy World Breastfeeding Week. And thank you, Ravindra sir, for giving me an opportunity. It's always a honor to be on this platform and discuss on various issues. And I'm really happy and glad to inform that we are setting up a human milk bank in the rural Karnataka, catering the rural population of Karnataka and Andhra, Anantapur, where milk will be given at free of cost to the newborn babies or premature babies or the low birth weight babies. And we will be launching it very soon. And with this, thank you so much, and please come forward for this wonderful initiative. We need everyone's support. Without your support, nothing is possible. And we have to come forward. We have to do for the betterment of the society. We have to work as a community, as a society, because breastfeeding is not only about mother and baby. Breastfeeding is about the whole. It's about our future. It's not only baby's future and the family's future. So if we can create a warm chain of support, then no mother, no babies, we will be left alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pal Biswas, for taking time and joining. And as you rightly pointed out, that we have to address various concerns, and we have challenges, and at the same time we have opportunities. We have to leverage the opportunities, addressing the concerns and challenges. So with all the professionals, like you also mentioned, we have a multidisciplinary team that works and supports this breastfeeding network and support systems. So everyone plays a crucial role in their own discipline. So we need to work together, even in medical settings, communities, as you rightly reiterated. So this week, let's take an opportunity to create more awareness and reach out to more people all together. And let's join us on the last day to honor and appreciate each other, and also promote this breastfeeding. And thank you once again, and we appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your expertise in promoting this breastfeeding on this wonderful occasion. And we invite you to join whenever possible on this in these 10 days, and especially on the last day, where we offer our gratitude and honors to all the professionals in this support network.
Sure,
Thank
sir. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
you. Anyone else would like to share your observations? You are welcome. To come forward, you can use chat box to share your details so that we can invite you. You may not be an expert as a nursing mother or as a mother who have nursed earlier, or every family have nursing mothers or similar experience. You can also share your unique experience or challenges that you have faced, or so that others can also learn from your experience or challenges, and also inform to others as well, so that they can also be part of these celebrations. And if you know anyone in the breastfeeding support system, inform them and invite them on our behalf to be part of these celebrations. They can register so that we know about them, and you can also bring to our notice so that we can honor them on the last day, that is on 10th of August. So that is coming on Sunday. So it's a holiday, so we all can come together for some time and appreciate each other for all the efforts we are putting. And that's our day. So let's make it a grand success. So I think with this, there are no further sessions. We can close it for the day, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. We request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form that is raised in the form of polls, like how you registered in the same Zoom platform. It is not accessible elsewhere. So before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form before you leave the platform. So we appreciate everyone and express our gratitude for joining us in this celebrations, especially on the first day. And we'll continue our journey and commemorating and celebrating and addressing various aspects of breastfeeding. Keep joining. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.